Post-World War II, and the birth of NATO 1945-1949. The aftermath of World War II. Following the defeat of Nazi Germany, Europe is divided. The Soviet Union (USSR) installs communist regimes across Eastern Europe, establishing the Eastern Bloc. The Iron Curtain and containment. Rising tensions and events like the 1948 Berlin blockade convince Western nations of the need for a unified defense strategy against Soviet expansion. The Treaty of Washington, 1949, 12 founding nations, including the US, UK, France, and Canada signed the North Atlantic Treaty. Central to this is Article 5, which states that an attack on one member is an attack on all. 2. Cold War confrontation and enlargement 1950-1991. Early expansion. The alliance grows to include Greece, Turkey, and notably West Germany in 1955. The Warsaw Pact, in direct response to West Germany joining NATO. The Soviet Union forms its own rival military alliance with Eastern Bloc. Satellite states. Nuclear deterrence and stabilization. The map highlights decades of proxy conflicts and a tense nuclear standoff. Though no direct military engagement occurs between NATO and the USSR during this period. 3. Post-Cold War. Reorganization and the Balkans. 1991-2000. Dissolution of the USSR. The collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991 leaves NATO without its primary original adversary, forcing a shift in mission parameters. First out-of-area interventions, NATO transitions into a regional peacekeeping and enforcement entity. The map highlights its first-ever military interventions in the Balkans during the Bosnian War 1999-1995 and the Kosovo War 1999. Eastward expansion. Former Warsaw Pact and Soviet-aligned nations like Poland, Hungary, and the Czech Republic begin applying for and gaining NATO membership. For the War on Terror and Global Operations to 2001-2021. 9/11s and Article 5. For the first and only time in its history, NATO invokes Article 5 following the September 11 terrorist attacks against the United States. Global footprint. The documentary maps NATO's footprint expanding far beyond the Euro-Atlantic zone, leading operations in Afghanistan ISAF, counter-piracy missions in the Horn of Africa, and a military intervention in Libya 2011. 5. Modern era. Russia and Ukraine 2022-present. Renewed focus on Europe. Following Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022, NATO pivots back to its foundational objective, heavy conventional deterrence in Europe. The map changes again. The invasion prompts historically neutral Nordic nations to abandon non-alignment, resulting in Finland and Sweden joining the alliance to bring NATO to 30 member states.